Thanks, Travis. Hello and welcome to tonight's regional news. We begin with news from neighboring Venezuela. Venezuelan opposition leader Juan Guaido recently announced a unitary pact supported by a coalition of parties calling for increased international pressure on President Nicolas Maduro as the country heads toward a congressional election in December. Most opposition parties have said that they will not take part in the vote on grounds that it is rigged, but a faction led by two-time presidential candidate Enrique Capriles has opened talks with the government about ensuring a fair election. The pact was supported by the four main opposition parties as well as 33 other parties and political organizations. One of the points called for deepening and escalating the international pressure without elaborating. The United States expanded its sanctions on Venezuela last year by targeting oil exports and seeking to block fuel imports to pressure Maduro into stepping aside, though he has held on thanks to the military backing. We now turn to Haiti. The Caribbean Catastrophe Risk Insurance Facility has made a payout of approximately $7.2 million to the government of Haiti on its excess rainfall insurance policy following 3 days of heavy rainfall associated with tropical cyclone Laura. Haiti has also received a payout of $290,925 under the aggregate deductible cover, which is a special feature of the facility's tropical cyclone and earthquake policies, which may be activated to provide a minimum payout for events that are objectively not sufficient to trigger the main policy because the model loss is below the attachment point. The approximate total payouts to Haiti due to Laura are $7.5 million, inclusive of the ADC, which was paid to the government on September 7, 2020, within 14 days of the end of the rains associated with TC Laura. Most of the damage on the ground from TC Laura in Haiti was associated with rainfall. The partial assessment of the damage undertaken indicate that Laura and the rains associated with the system resulted in 31 persons losing their life, with another 8 persons missing. Approximately 44,175 persons from 8,835 families being adversely affected. Flooding of 6,272 homes, of which 2,320 suffered some damage and 243 were destroyed. The flooding of Port-au-Prince's International Airport, many roads and bridges being damaged, destroyed or blocked, and the destruction of agricultural crops and death of livestock. And finally, we take a look at some international news straight out of the United Kingdom. Clinical trials on one of the most advanced experimental COVID-19 vaccines, which is being developed by the pharmaceutical company AstraZeneca and Oxford University, was paused Tuesday after a volunteer developed an unexplained illness. With billions of people around the world still suffering with the fallout of the pandemic and the global death toll nearing 900,000, a worldwide race for a vaccine is underway, with 9 companies already in late-stage phase 3 trials. Worldwide infections to date now stands at more than 27 million, and more than 890,000 people have died from the disease. Russia has already approved the vaccine, and research published in the Lancet medical journal last week said patients involved in early tests developed antibodies with no serious adverse events. Although scientists caution the trials were too small, the company said that in large-scale trials, illnesses will sometimes happen by chance but must be reviewed independently. AstraZeneca did not offer further details, but David Lowe, a professor of the biomedical sciences at the University of California, said that the pause may not necessarily be a setback. The volunteer may have experienced an adverse reaction already seen in earlier patients, such as fever and soreness, but in a more severe form, Lowe added. And that's all for tonight's regional news. Back to you, Travis.